Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to deploy a Prisma application because it's actually really easy to do now. So I thought, what place to deploy it to? Why not DigitalOcean? It's becoming one of my favorite places to host all kinds of different things just because of how cheap and versatile it is. So their best option is $5 a month and you get a pretty nice amount of space and memory, and you can pretty much set up anything you want on it. So we're going to be showing you how to do that today. And I'm on the Create Droplets page, and I have the Docker one-click app selected. We're going to be using that one because it'll just save us an install, so it comes pre-installed with Docker. And then I'm going to click the $5 version, but you can choose whichever one you want. And I've chose the New York Data Center, but again, any one you like. And you want to add an SSH key. And if you don't have one, you can just click new and then follow the instructions on how to add one. And then you can add a host name. I'm going to call mine Prisma, and we're going to create. So I'll let this create, and while it's creating, I just show you real quick the Prisma application that I'm going to be deploying. So this is just the boilerplate that they give you when you create the application, and I added the Docker Compose with that you get from running Prisma init. So here is the Docker Compose file that has the Prisma service and then also the Postgres service. And then I have the rest of it is just the default that comes with the TypeScript boilerplate. So here is the GraphQL server that it sets up with that. Alright, so our server should be done setting up, and it is. Here is the IP address. You're going to want to copy that and then head over to a terminal. We want to copy that folder where our application is to our droplet. So to do that, we're going to use the scp command, and we're going to be using the -r flag, which will recursively copy everything. And then you want to say the name of your folder. Mine's called my app, and then the name of your username, which is going to be root at first, and then and then your IP address. So I'm going to replace this with what I had before. And it didn't copy, or I copied root. And then after that, a colon and a squiggly. The squiggly at the end is what location you want to copy the files to. So in this case, we want to copy the files to the home directory. So we run that, and I'm going to say yes, and it's going to copy one by one all the files over. So next, I just want to SSH into that machine. Perfect. So if we do a ls, we'll see all our files here. So my app, and I can cd into my app, and I can ls, and I can see all the different things I would expect there. And then I'm just going to do docker compose up, and I'm going to be using the -d flag to have it run in the background. So because we chose the Docker startup from the droplets, it already came pre-installed, so I could just run docker compose like that. And it's starting up the Prisma server. So next thing we want to get set up and running is our own server. So to do that, the first step is to install nodejs. So there's a few other things that are good to install and get set up when you do this. So we're going to follow along with the production guide for Node.js that DigitalOcean offers, because it's really well written. So the first thing that has us do is to install Node.js, and we're going to curl this node source to get a latest version of it. And you'll notice they're downloading 6, so Node.js 6, but you probably want to get a later one than that. I'm going to go ahead and grab 10. And then after that, I think we just go ahead and, we just run this node source that we got. And after that, we're going to install Node.js and the build essential. So grab that. And after that, I'm just going to add Node.js to the end and -y. Okay, so that finished installing. So now you should have Node on your droplet. So if you do node-v, we can see I am now running Node.js 10, and I have npm as well because we installed Node. And what we want to do is install now the PM2. So we already have a Node.js application, so we can skip this part. but PM2 is going to be able to just handle the process that nodejs spawns, and then also make sure, for example, if it crashes, it'll restart, so our server is always running. So to do that, we're just going to do npm install, and we're going to install this globally. We also want to install Prisma. Okay, this failed. It's because I didn't add sudo. I was thinking I might not need it, but it looks like I was wrong. So make sure you do install this using the sudo command. Alright, looks like that failed as well. So we'll just go ahead and continue using it and see if it does fail and this causes a problem. So we have that Prisma CLI tool now, at least I think we do. And we want to deploy our database. So ls database, and we can cat our database data model. So we want to, our type post, we want this to be in our PostgreSQL database. And so to do that, we just need to run Prisma deploy, and that'll take it and send it to the Docker instance that we started up earlier. Perfect. So it looks like it installed okay then. And we want to just come over here and start up our application using PM2 now. So, and actually before we do with PM2, it says it's live at this location. And if we wanted to, we could curl this. So curl, and we can see it does indeed show back the Prisma playground. So it is up and starting well. So now we can do PM2 start. Now I'm using a TypeScript application, which means it needs to be compiled to JavaScript. So I just need to do npx tsc. So tsc is the TypeScript compiler that will compile this, and then npx is just runs the command for us. So it looks like we have an unknown compiler option, module resolution, and lib. So I can just go ahead and change those in the tsconfig, and I can remove lib, and oh, you know what? We never ran npm install. That's what we need to do. I was gonna say, I looked at the tsconfig and it looked all good, so I was confused, but it's because we just haven't run npm install. Alright, so I'll let that install, and then after that we'll compile again. Alright, so let's try compiling this again. So npx tsc. Alright, so that compiled with no problems. If I do ls, there's now a new folder called dist, and we can see that's where all the JavaScript stuff got put into. So now I can do PM2 and start up index.js. So dist / index.js. Alright, so it started, it spawned up, and now if I wanted to, we could curl http / localhost 4000, because that's where our server is running. And we can see again now some more stuff, but it should be at the top, probably playground. But we'll get into actually running this now. There's some other things we could do with PM2, so we can get to start on when we start up the boot up the system. So that's what that command does, and then I think we just need to enable it like so. And that's it. So that's pretty much the end of this part right here. There's some more optional stuff you can do with PM2. The last bit is with nginx, which we have not set up yet. So we can do that, and they have another guide on that, which is again pretty good. So we're going to just run sudo apt install nginx, and basically, oops, yeah, we should say yes. So after that's done installing, we'll then enable like this, and I think there's also a thing to make it, nope, here it is. So we want it to have nginx also start up when the Ubuntu starts up, because I think this droplet is using Ubuntu. We can do that. Alright, so I'm going to clear this. So we'll allow nginx on HTTP, and then we'll also say do start. Oh, I guess this is not for when it boots up. This is just controlling it. I don't know if it's automatically Oh, here it is. To enable the service to start up on boot, you add this. So let's do that. Alright, so it looks like nginx is up and running now, and it says you can test it by just going to that IP address. So I'm going to copy that and go there, and sure enough we see nginx. Perfect. So now we just need to change it and route what the default location, so location / because that's where we are here. We want to route it to our nodejs application, and oops, so it's in / this location right here, so etc nginx site availability, and I'm just going to edit this with vi. So I'm going to say sudo vi and then go to this location, and we're going to update the default. So we're going to say this location / I'm going to remove what's in there and paste in this stuff. And then our application is running on localhost 4000, so I'll change that there. Save this. We could add another application if we want to, but I don't need to do that. And we can verify looks like syntax errors. Alright, so it's good. And now let's restart it. So now what nginx should do is route traffic to our server. And we see GraphQL Playground now at this IP address. Awesome. We can see our schema, drafts, and whatnot. And let's just do a query, why not? So drafts, ID, title, and text. Cool, so I was able to query all right. So that is how you set up Prisma on DigitalOcean. Quick recap is we basically follow the guides here for setting up a Node.js application and how to set up nginx. There's two main differences that we need to do, and that is do docker compose. So docker compose up -d, and that will start Prisma itself. And then we just need to do Prisma deploy. That way we send our schema to that Prisma instance there. And then we just go ahead and treat it like a normal Node.js application where we say we use PM2 and we start it up and we have nginx routing traffic to it and whatnot. Yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I hope that was helpful and gives you an idea. And it should be super similar if you wanted to deploy this to, for example, an EC2 instance on AWS, because it's going to be a virtual machine just like how this DigitalOcean droplet is. But let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about this or have any recommendations.